Before the beginning of all things, there was only a vast, silent emptiness. The earth was formless and void. A boundless, swirling darkness stretched across the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. There was no light, no form, no time, only the quiet, patient presence of the Creator. And in this great silence, the very first act of power and purpose took place. And God said, "Let there be light." And in that single profound command, light burst forth, piercing the darkness and scattering the shadows. The universe came alive with the vibrant energy of a new dawn. God separated the light from the darkness, and He called the light day, and the darkness night. This was the first day, a day of magnificent separation, of bringing order out of chaos, and God saw that it was good. On the second day, a new division was needed. God said, "Let there be a vault between the waters to separate water from water." And so He made the great expanse, a vast blue dome that stretched out above the earth. He called this vault sky. This was the day the heavens were formed, a grand, majestic canopy to contain the life that was to come. And God saw that it was good. On the third day, the waters beneath the sky were gathered into a single place, and the dry ground appeared. The earth, once a watery abyss, now rose with a solid foundation. And God called the dry ground land, and the gathered waters seas. But the work was not yet complete. God commanded the land to produce vegetation, every kind of plant, every tree, and every seed-bearing fruit. And in an instant, the land was clothed in a breathtaking array of green, from the mightiest oak to the smallest blade of grass. The vibrant colors of life filled the new land, and God saw that it was good. On the fourth day, the sky, though beautiful, was empty. God said, "Let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times, and days, and years." And so He made the two great lights, the sun to govern the day, and the moon to govern the night. He also created the stars, a countless, shimmering expanse of lights scattered across the night sky, each in its perfect place. The heavens were now a magnificent clock, a cosmic calendar for the new creation. And God saw that it was good. On the fifth day, the seas and the sky, so vast and empty, were filled with life. God said, "Let the water teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky." With a single word, the deep waters came alive. Giant sea creatures, small fish, and every type of living creature of the sea came into being. At the same time, the sky was filled with the fluttering wings of every kind of bird. The air and the seas were alive with a symphony of movement and sound. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the water in the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth." And God saw that it was good. Then came the sixth day. The land, though covered in vegetation, was still and silent. God said, "Let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, livestock, creatures that move along the ground, and wild animals, each according to its kind." And just as before, it was so. The great beasts of the earth, the crawling creatures, and the livestock were formed. The land was now a living mosaic of animal life, and their roars and calls filled the air. And God saw that it was good. But the most magnificent creation of all was yet to come. God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." And so God, with His own hands, formed a man from the dust of the ground. It was a deliberate, gentle, and personal act. He then breathed into the man's nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being. God placed this man, Adam, in a beautiful garden he had planted, a place of pure delight known as Eden. The garden was a paradise, a perfect sanctuary of lush plants, flowing rivers, and trees bearing every kind of fruit. God gave Adam a purpose. He told him to work the garden and to take care of it, and he gave him a single command. You are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for when you eat from it, you will certainly die. But God, in His wisdom, saw that the man was alone. It was not good for him to be by himself. God decided to make a helper suitable for him. He brought all the wild animals and birds to Adam, and Adam gave them names, but still, no helper was found for him. So God caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. And while he slept, God took one of Adam's ribs, and from that single bone, He built a woman. When Adam awoke and saw her, a deep and profound joy filled his heart. He looked at her and said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man." They were a perfect pair, a true complement to one another, united in a bond that would serve as the foundation of all human relationships. Finally, on the seventh day, the heavens and the earth and all their array were finished. The work was complete, and God rested on the seventh day from all the work He had done in creation. He blessed the seventh day and made it holy, for on it He rested from all the work of creating that He had done. And in that moment of rest, a perfect, beautiful world existed, a world of light, land, sea, and life. And at the center of it all, a man and a woman, created in His image, living in harmony with each other and with their Creator. The beginning was complete, and it was perfect.